How are you guys? How are you doing? I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing great. I'm doing gorgeous. Don't mind my hair, but I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and it's a brand new week. It's on a Monday. We thank the Lord for this far, because if it's not for Him, I don't know who then. I don't know who deserves these praises, because it's only God. He has woken you up today. He has given you the breath of life. You have good health. He has blessed you more and more with the things that you have continuously prayed for. Okay, I am doing great. I'm doing fantastic. And I thank the Lord so far. And thank you to everybody who has been subscribing. Thank you to everybody who has been with me from day one, from one subscriber, from 0 subscribers to 2,100. Okay? So continue sharing, continue liking, commenting, and sharing with your friends. Okay? So let's get into today's topic. It is about God's silence in His absence, and it comes from 1 Kings 19:9 to 13. It is the story of Elijah when he prophesied that there will be drought during the reign of King Ahab, and King Ahab was furious, he was angry, and now he wanted to kill Elijah. But Elijah decided to run away to the mountains and hid in a cave. In the midst of all those chaos of him running away, he could not hear the voice of the Lord. He was so consumed by, what if he died? What if I was dead? What if what if I did all of this and then God is going to abandon me? But I want to remind you that God will never leave you or forsake you. He's always going to be there in the highest and in the lowest times of your life. You may not see them, but you may not see him, but his presence will always walk with you. So Elijah went to the mountains. Okay, he hid there for a couple of times, for a while, and he stayed there. And it reminds us that God's silence is very, very powerful. God, though, did not condemn Elijah for his unfiltered honesty. He doesn't defend himself or explain his presence. Instead, he gives Elijah a lesson to reframe his perspective. God is never going to abandon you, but we have to reframe our perspective of life, of God, to understand Him more and more, to get closer to Him. We have to understand that sometimes He's going to be silent, but in those silent moments, it is the time that God is mostly in your life. You're not going to hear the voice of the Lord in your life if you continue listening to the outside world, what people are going to say about you, what people are going to judge you about. If you don't live your best life, people are going to judge you. If you live your best life, people are going to judge you. If you do something right, people are going to judge you regardless. So if you're scared of living your best life, if you're scared of fulfilling all the things that you want to do, you're listening to the things of this world. You are not listening to what God has for you. And what God has for you, He will make sure that you have it. Because He promises us in Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. He is the one who declares the plans that He has for you. He is going to fulfill them. You just have to sit there, sit tight, relax, and let God do His will upon your life. God does not work on our timeline. He doesn't work on how we are going to feel. He doesn't work on how we are going to react. He acts on His own will, and His will upon your life is going to be done. Regardless of your family, regardless of your friends, regardless of your job, regardless of your boss, His will upon your life is going to be done. And the earlier you accept God into your life, the earlier you accept the closeness, the relationship, the intimate relationship with God, the more that you will see that everything in your life is going to make sense. Even when you felt like God was not there, even when you felt like I was betrayed, even when you feel like nothing is actually making sense in your life, that is when the stillness of the Lord comes into your life. After Elijah stepped out of the cave, wind, tears through, an earthquake, and then fire swept past, and then silence and gentle whispers. Now God is none of them, but the stillness that comes after the chaos. God is going to come back to you after all the chaos, after you have embraced the world, after you have listened to the world. God is going to come back into your life. God is always there in your life. And you should be ashamed of yourself if you think that God has not blessed you, if you think that God is not answering your prayers, because God is going to answer your prayers on His own timing, not your timing. Because in Ecclesiastes, there is time for everything: time to plant, time to harvest. Now is your time to pray, and you're going to see that your prayers are going to be answered. This is a season for everything, absolutely everything in our lives. And we have to understand that. There's time for sorrows, there's time for pain, there's time for joy, there's time for happiness. There is no way that your life is going to be all happiness, all celebrations. There is a time that you're going to embrace sadness, pain, but God is going to show Himself to you. He's going to reveal Himself to you. You're going to see the hand of the Lord in every situation of your life. And in those chaos, you're not going to see God. You're not going to hear the voice of the Lord. But God comes in the stillness of everything. The moments that feel most spiritually empty are not necessarily the moments God has withdrawn Himself from you. And now, your silence today may not be as empty as you think. It is a hidden invitation. You know, when Elijah went to the caves, to the mountain, that was the moment that he met the Lord. He had that intimate moment with God. Okay, so this is the moment that God is inviting you to get closer to Him more and more. Okay, so I hope you're doing great, and I hope that you get to the end of this video. Drop a red heart emoji if you got to this part of the video. And until the next time, and until the next video, keep subscribing, keep commenting, keep sharing with your family, keep viewing. And I thank you very much, and have a blessed day, have a blessed week ahead. Okay, and until the next time, I love you so much. Bye bye.